So today I'm gonna bring you guys on behind the scenes on how I shot this fashion video. What you guys just saw is a spec ad for Versace. It was for the glasses. It was a spec ad, so it wasn't paid. It was just a few creatives getting together, just having a good time. You know, we're just helping each other. I brought multimedia. He was helping me with the behind the scenes. Lavelle came in as a PA, and then the model, thankfully, you know, she was cool and she just wanted to collaborate to make multiple reels within this day. And this happened to be one of them. So I wanted to kind of break it down as far as what we did, the lighting and whatnot. And maybe this can help you guys in case you guys are trying to grab a fashion type of video like this one. So let's talk about the gear that I use. So as always, I use the mighty Sony a7S III. As a matter of fact, where is it at? Here you go. So the Sony a7S III. As far as lenses, it's the Sigma 50mm 1.4 art lens. This was the next lens that I used, which is a super wide angle lens. It's the 11mm f1.8 lens. It's a Sony lens, but it's meant for crop sensor cameras. I use it on my full frame just because I love that vignetting that it kind of gives. Kind of gives you like a little fisheye look. I don't know how to explain it, but it has the edges kind of like a little bit warped. So I kind of like it, but it's meant for crop sensor cameras. And yeah, this was for that intro shot that I used at the beginning of the video where it's like multiple of her. This was the shot that was kind of used from the top angle pointing down. So get yourself the 11mm. Trust me, this is a banger little lens. So now let's jump into lighting. These lights that I use are massive. So they're kind of expensive, but that's what I use because when I'm working with backdrops, especially white, I like to blast it with some strong lights because I don't like my backdrops to look like backdrops. I want it to look like you're in a white cyc wall. So the more power you give it, the more it kind of overexposes. But at the same time, my goal is to keep the subject, which is a model, exposed properly, so that way it just looks really aesthetic and clean. So the lights that we use, let's dive in. First one is a Nanlux 650C. The second one that we used was a Nanlite 720B. The third light was a Nanlite 150B, so not too bright. That's the one that was overhead. We put it on the ceiling since it was the lightest light to put up there without it like being risky. And the fourth light was the Aperture 600C. So a lot of big lights, heavy power. But again, that's what I like to do when I'm working with backdrops. I don't like the backdrops to look like it's a backdrop, all right? So I said that enough. Now let's dive into this video. So the first shot, which is the beginning of the video, which is that top-down shot with the 11mm. What I did to be able to grab that type of look, and it's quite easy. This is something I recommend for a lot of you guys in your camera bag. If I find any of the links, I'll have it in the description below. But the first thing, and I bought this in Film Tools, it's two separate things. So it's the ball head here, and then we have this baby insert to a 3/8. So you're able to put this on a C-stand on the Menace arm, and that's what I did. The C-stand obviously goes super high, and you put this on the Menace arm so you can kind of angle it however you want. So I highly recommend for you guys to have this. If you guys don't, purchase yourself this one because you can always get some creative angles that you normally can't get with a tripod. This alone, this adapter alone was $26, and then this ball head I believe was like $50. It holds heavy cameras. It's not bad. If I can find you guys all these little items, I'm gonna put in the description, all right? So the reason I went with that top-down shot and so wide where you guys saw the lights, it's because in a lot of fashion videos, sometimes you end up seeing all the lights and use a backdrop, and it just provides an aesthetic look that I've always been a big fan of. So that was a time for me to kind of finally do it. And what better way than to do it on an actual spec ad? So I just wanted to go with that. And also the reason why I wanted on the Menace arm and keep it like that was because I knew in post, I was gonna go ahead and like do multiple of her and just kind of get creative with it. The only downfall with this one is I didn't have the song ready to go. Usually I have the songs in the back end so I know what I'm shooting for so I don't overshoot. I didn't overshoot on this video because I knew it was going to be like 7 to 10 seconds, but at the same time I wish I did. So I highly encourage for you guys to always have the song in mind ready to go so you guys understand. But for this one, thankfully it just worked out. And again, the beginning of the song, the way it cut, it was just like a perfect time to kind of grab all these shots of her and just kind of put them together, go into After Effects, rotoscoper, and just kind of get really creative to just give the punch that the video deserves to start it off, to engage the viewers and kind of make them stick around. So always try to start strong with every video. That's one advice I can give you guys. It's one of the most important things in any video is try to give them a hook or something strong. Now the rest of the shots, I just grabbed the 50mm 1.4 R lens and just kind of shot away and just started grabbing the different details, the close shots of the glasses, you know, her apparel, just try to grab as much like detail as possible. I could have gotten macro, which I have the 105, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to keep it very simple. No, actually, no, I did grab actually the 105mm for those close glass shot, like where the Versace shows on the side of her glasses. I did grab the macro lens. So I did use 3 lenses actually. So when you guys are shooting these fashion videos, always have all your lenses, always have a macro lens on site. You just never know when you might need it. And the wide lens, you can't go wrong, but you just definitely can't go wrong with a 50mm. So those 3 lenses are really good to have in your camera bag. So if you guys don't own all 3, whenever you guys can, I highly recommend for you guys to go and get them. Now as for the lighting, how it was placed, why it was placed like that. Well, first thing I did was the 150 was kind of to hit the backdrop, and the 650C was the one kind of hitting it a little bit, but also going towards the backdrop. And then I had the 720B on the opposite side, doing the same power to kind of make the backdrop poppy white and just look real nice. And the 600C was more of like a key light, and that was my goal for this video. I knew it was going to be black and white as well, just because of the way she was dressed. It just fit the vibe. It just worked out together, and we kind of planned it. So what I did for these videos was just tell the model, like, this is I kind of sent her like a few reference videos, and thankfully to the model, she came prepared and she brought the wardrobe that executed the plan, the vision. So whenever you guys are doing any spec ad work, always talk to a model, send them reference videos. That's a good advice, because wardrobe plays a big part for the video. If she would have brought just standard outfits, it wasn't gonna work. She needed to have this type of style to make it work. So I just told her we're gonna do some fashion videos. Versace wasn't the brand, by the way. It was supposed to just be fashion creative. But when I heard that she had the Versace glasses, I was like, you know what? Let's tie them together and we'll make it a Versace spec ad. But, you know, your outfit just complements that. So let's go with that. And that's what we did. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, very simple. It's a 7-second ad. One thing I can tell you guys is to work on some passion videos. Don't always look for money and clients. Don't always go looking for that. Sometimes your best work can be from these creative videos. I can tell you guys, honestly, from my experience, 2 months ago, I started working on passion videos, and one video landed me a $30,000 client. So this does help you as well. I want to give you guys one advice. When you guys are working on these passion videos, don't always think it needs to be 30 seconds or a minute. Nowadays, if you guys are watching these type of ads, they're 6 to 10 seconds long at most. Sometimes it can go 15 seconds if it needs it, but don't push it. It's okay if it's just 6 seconds or 10 seconds. I get it. Feels kind of fast. You're like, it needs more, or something's off. But that's like the era that we're in right now. The attention span is very bad. So you kind of just got to punch them with a quick hook, give them the brand, give them the look, give them the purpose of the video, and then that's it. And they can keep scrolling or whatever the case is. So that's one advice I can tell you guys, because for me doing that, it actually landed me a few clients. Normally we work with a package where it's like, I can give you guys this many reels, and it benefits you guys more to post, more to promote. And again, just kind of keep pushing their brand out. So yeah, don't always think it has to be 30 seconds to a minute. Even show this to a client so they understand it doesn't always need to be long. I get it for themselves, like, it's the money's worth. Like, why am I going to pay you $5,000 when you only give me 7-second video? But sometimes these 7-second videos are way more powerful than a 30-second to 1-minute video. So remember guys, a taco a day keeps the vision awake. So go out there, get some tacos. Your vision is going to get that much better. That's how I shot this video. It was by eating tacos.